Hi ladies and gents, Pond here with another video for Rise of Empires, Ice and Fire. Thank you so much for your previous likes, comments and subscriptions to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, why not click on that button and ring the bell so you can get notifications of whenever I'm dropping content on the channel. And now onto the topic of this video, and I finally managed to max Boudica in my main account today. Took a lot of medals and resources, etc. To get her maxed. So now that I've got her maxed, I've had a proper look at her in the arena, done some tests on her, and I just wanted to give you an updated full review of her. So of course Boudica is one of these exclusive heroes, which does mean that you're going to need 34 copies of her. We were able to obtain a few copies recently in the Easter event wishlist, for instance, and then others are available through the lucky wheels and that kind of thing. She is a archer hero, melee hero, so that's going to be front row. Usually does quite a lot of damage, these melee heroes. So let's see the kind of options that she's packing. And if we have a look, she actually has a recommended formation of herself with Sakura and Ethelfred, and we'll check that out in a bit. And while we're just on the recommended formation, obviously the devs have actually brought out these recommended formations. I think it was in the last 24 hours, to be honest. You can minimize and maximize them on the main hero screen. It's got a little info tab here. So this is an archer team that deals plenty of skill damage at the beginning of the battle. Sakura Blossom offers a damage bonus in the first 3 rounds. Her status first to attack allows Boudica and Ethelfred to deal more damage, which is a very good description. I would agree 100% with all of that. That's obviously why they are a recommended combo. Before we start looking at battles in more detail, let's just refresh our minds on what her skills do. So skill 1 is the usual leadership skill, giving the extra 23,100 bonus marching capacity. Skill 2 is Celtic Alliance, combat skill, effective range of 3, so you do have to be on the front row for it to be effective against all enemy squads. And combat skill, obviously it can be affected by status effects, whether that be silencing, suppressing or confusing. Boudica charges forward, 70% chance to deal 200% damage to one mid-row or back-row enemy squad within the valid range for 3 consecutive times. So targets a middle or back row squad, that's all it's going to target, but you do get 3 lots of 200% damage. And then 40% of the damage will be used to restore the power of 2 random squads of your side. So that's 40% of the damage you do will be healing. So if you do 10,000 damage on the opponent, you'll get healing of 4,000. It's okay, but I think for archers, and particularly this hero, you probably want to have a higher level of healing, because front row archers usually die very quickly, particularly if they're up against the other troop types. Her skill 3 is the usual defensive formation, extra 50% resistance. Skill 4 gives you an extra 50% might, nothing new there. Skill 5, Song of Uprising, it's a status skill, so always effective and in use. Boudica has natural protection permanently when dealing skill damage. 30% chance to cause destructive strike to the target. If Boudica acts before all enemy squads do, it increases her chance to cast skills and destructive strike by 20% at the price of stopping her from launching normal attacks, which is just the troops' basic attack. So it's you're balancing off not being able to basic attack, but if you're getting an extra, this destructive strike does 200% multiplier on the base damage. That is a huge amount. We've seen similar things from Ramses, etc. So that will do a lot of damage for sure. And depending on what kind of damage multipliers you have from your other supporting heroes, so like Sakura gives an extra 50% damage in the first 3 rounds to 2 random squads in her legion, or if there is if the opponents are taking more damage because of the skills, then that could really add up. 6th skill, Archer Awaken. Hero squad gains 20% Archer Might and Resistance. 40 Archer Combat Speed, again because she wants to go first, like that 5th skill is saying. And the usual bonus for Dictator. And then 7th skill is 40% Might. Makes sense because she's trying to do a lot of damage. And then 8th skill is Ashni Chariot. It's a pre-battle skill, so prep skill. Devs have just played around with the wording a little bit. Effective range of 3 again. And before the battle, marks 2 random enemy squads within the valid range with 5 spear marks. Each layer of mark will increase the skill damage the target takes by 10%. So that's 5 times 10 is 50%. Meanwhile, the delaying effect of all the damage the target takes will be ignored. Now, I presume this is to do with specifically Hunk's skill, which delays damage. So she is probably definitely a counter to Hunk combos, and I think that's proven in the battles I've tested. The marks will be reduced by 1 layer each round. So in round 1, I presume you will have 50% increased skill damage. Then round 2 it drops by 10% because you're losing a mark to 40. Round 3 it's 30. Round 4 it's 20. Round 5 it's 10. And then I presume beyond that it's 0. It all kind of fits together. This is all about early battle damage anyway. And then finally, it does have a second element as well, which is in battle, 60% chance each round to deal 500% massive damage to the enemy squad with the lowest troop power. So that's kind of like a finishing skill, and that's a lot of power, a lot of damage, 60% chance. But don't forget, if this is activating and giving you an extra 20% chance to cast your skills, then actually that's 80%, and skill 2 would be 90%. So those are really high percentages, but it's all about how often she can stay in the battle. So without further ado, let's jump over into the arena and have a look at what battles I've done today with Boudica, the Celtic Queen. So first off, thanks very much to Wargasm from COH Alliance, my alliance in State 90. She's used her alt account Meathead to do quite a few battles in the arena with me, trying out a few different combos. Meathead, even though it's her alt, has this kind of similar strength to mine, or it's not that far away. If I'd gone up against her main, it's a much stronger account than mine. We wouldn't have got a great set of results, but hopefully this is a reasonably indicative set of results. I've had a couple of other people attack me while I was in the arena as well, so let's have a look at what we've got. So in terms of first off, against the Aslan combo, of course, Aslan Reaver Healer, it's one of the most common combos in the game. It's not doing great. Like you can see here at the bottom, it got really whacked by Nomad and also by Dutchman, but they were both running T10s or S Legions, not T10, and I was only using T9 at this point on the trial. This was with Boudica, Sakura and Esselfred. So they also had stronger legions and they've got better tech than I do. So basically, this is not going to be OP against players that are stronger than you. If you're at a similar level though, let's have a look at here. My first battle against Meathead, you can see actually, even bearing in mind this is an archer combo, it did well against the healer Warhammer Avalanche combo. Battle lasted 6 rounds. Not a lot of skill kills from Boudica on that one, but she only activated 8 skills. But Esselfred doing a lot of damage in this combo, and if you can get both of them doing a lot of damage, then you will get a lot of kills. Even though, again, considering it's archers against Cav, Cav does have a lot of stats which is preferential to it. You can see the number of defeated is only within, 30,000. We got some healing from Boudica as well, 17,000 heals, because Sakura and Esselfred, they don't do healing, but obviously you get a lot of healing from Hellfire. So in that Cav combo, so that's not so bad. We tried a couple of other different combos, like it beat the Farah Rosen Immortal combo, for instance. It was not so bad against the Aslan combo when it was an more even match, as you can see from here. It beat a Lawman bleeding poison combo easily. It didn't do well against when we switched out when you've got this Rosen Warden Rainforest combo, which are both like early round combos, to be honest. Against fellow Archer combos, it's doing okay. It won there, and as I expected, against a Hunt combo, it also did well. So, and that's with when I swapped over to Elk as well. I don't think Elk is as strong as Ethelfred, but obviously if you're playing earlier in the game, you're not going to have Ethelfred, so it's going to be a viable option, obviously. The other option I considered later on is with Rosen, and it did pretty well with Rosen in terms of it's still obviously not great against this Arslan combo, but when looking at this Hellfire Warhammer Avalanche combo, we actually did beat it on this occasion. It also did easily beat the Archer combo, but then just now it has lost against a full status Cav combo of Brave, El Cid and Avalanche. So I just want to kind of have a look at this, a couple of battle reports with you. So if she can make it through to the end, she can do a lot of kills. I think she's usually doing around 70,000. I think the most I saw was actually 120,000. There you go, 80,000 there. Let's have a look at this one. Archer against Archer. 100. There you go. Actually, that's 190,000 almost skill kills from 13 skills used. In terms of the number of skills she's using, it kind of does average. If she can make it to the end of the battle, then she does use quite a lot of skills. The most I've seen is 25, but I'd probably say an average is between 10 and 12. So let's jump into a report and see actually in a little bit more detail what's going on with her skills. So if we go to this video, for instance, of course, again, like the actual text from the dev said, this is all kind of set up for earlier rounds in the battle, and with Rosen, for instance, as well, that's giving you benefits from the additional combat speed from her 5th skill. So Celtic Alliance is going to hit here, and every time you see this red icon, that's when you're getting the additional damage from the 5th skill. Let's just speed it up a bit as we go through the other heroes. Some battles just take so long these days. So don't forget, her 2nd skill is only going to target middle and back row, but her 8th skill will target the legion with the lowest troop count, and it will do 500% damage. Now we've got all the dragons going off. So all her skills are going to activate now. There we go. That was a really strong one. And then you can see we're getting the healing. So she actually healed 28,000 there, because she benefited from that additional 200% damage. And that's more likely to happen because if you pair Rosen with Sakura and Boudica, then Rosen increases the combat speed of 2 squads in her legion in the first 3 rounds, and Sakura gives guaranteed first place position for 2 of the squads in her legion. So you've got a much better chance of these extra damages occurring. Your skills target triggering, and then you're getting that 50% chance to get the 200% extra bonus damage from her 5th skill. This is Boudica's 5th skill. And obviously she's helping herself with the 6th skill, doing that extra 40 combat speed as well. So You can see already from turn 4 that we've reduced the opponent down to just a Reaper on the back row. And here goes Celtic Alliance again. Now, the reason she's targeted herself there was because there is actually some confusion that was left over from, I presume, I'm not sure actually why she did that. But that's, again, 10 skills used, 155,000 kills. So, but this was a T10 against the T9. But I just wanted to kind of show her skills in use. The one I think I wanted to show was this one quickly. And what we'll see in the first turn here should be her activating her 8th skill when everything is at max. Here we go. So we get an Ashley Chariot, which is the 500%, but it gives the extra 200% damage, and that does 33,000 kills against a Cav Legion. So already you've taken basically half of the troops from your front row Cav there, and that is basically what happened there. Is pretty much best case scenario, where you're getting the 500% massive damage, and then you're getting the destructive strike combined with that at the start of the battle, where you're getting the extra 50% skill damage must have been marked on that enemy squad. And I'm guessing that Sakura's extra 50%, that she was Boudica was receiving the extra 50% additional damage from Sakura's 8th skill, and the opponent was taking the extra 50% damage from Sakura's 5th skill. So that all kind of synergized nicely, and if you get that, then it's possible to get a lot of kills. Even though she did so many kills there, actually I think she still died early in the battle, which meant that's why we've only got the 8 skills used and only, again, around 80,000 skill kills. And for me, like, the kind of couple of points I want to discuss about her is that, because this video is getting on now, is that really I think in this game, again, she potentially does well with Rosen, but are you going to put like Rosen in this combo when there are many other combos that Rosen can use? I would say no. Is this combo going to beat every other combo out there? No, it's not, but most combos don't anyway. But it could work as, you know, a defensive Legion, which is going to do a lot of damage for you quickly in a battle. And, you know, that's where I'm thinking this could potentially work. Of course, with our specialization towers now, you might be able to improve you strengthen your spec of your archers as well, which could help this combo. And I think for me, currently, I would definitely say that the Boudica Sakura Esselfred combo definitely works well, and that can do a lot of damage when everything synergizes nicely together. And obviously, again, Elk benefits at the beginning of the battle as well, so you'd want to use that as well. As usual with these heroes, you know, you want to unlock obviously the 6th skill first, then you're going to unlock her 8th skill and then 7th skill, because of course she's front row, she has to have that troop count. And yeah, in terms of scores, I mean, it's tough. I would give her, for an archer hero, she's pretty good. For, like, you know, we haven't had many melee archer heroes. Archers are still the weakest troop type as well, so it's always difficult to gauge them. I wouldn't call her like a top 10 hero, but potentially you could use her in one of these defensive legions for sure, as I've discussed, and maybe an attacking legion as well. And it will do okay against a similar strength opponent. It's just against these big, if you're up against a tougher opponent, it's not going to work out for you. So there we go, guys. That's my kind of review on Boudica. I hope you've enjoyed this video and how in depth I've got into it. If you have, then please do click on that like, and if you could share this video and my channel in your Alliance chat, Parents chat, and through Line, WhatsApp, Viber, Discord, whatever you use to communicate with your fellow players in the game, that would be very much appreciated. I'd be interested to hear the comments of those of you that have been testing her over the kind of past week or two as well. What do you think? Have I missed out have I missed out any combos that you thought worked well? Please do add that in the comment section down below. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.